Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Atypical Security Guard. Today we are here at Defensive Arts Center and Ballistic Arts here in Beaverton, Oregon, and we're going to be doing simulation training. Today we're going to work on what's known as the smokeless range. It's this really awesome computer system that works in conjunction with either the SIRT pistol or your laser ammunition. One of the videos before I showed you guys the laser ammunition that's going to go into my Glock 17. So I haven't said anything about this, but when I switched to a rail-mounted optic and went to the Surefire light on the base of the Glock 17, I had to get a new holster, and that holster has a slight, just an ever so slight 20-degree cant, and it's thrown off my holster draw. So we're going to go in today. I've scheduled the simulator for about an hour, and we're just going to work on the holster draw and also trying to obtain the red dot in the sight a little bit quicker. I have some awesome stuff to share with you guys at the end of this video, so let's go ahead and go inside. How are you today? I'm gonna go unload my gun, okay? Alright guys, so one of the first rules when you get to Defensive Arts Center is you have to clear your firearm, and generally you place all loaded ammunition goes into a locked storage container, locker over here. The key stays on your person, but this way no live ammunition makes it into the training location. So I'm going to go ahead and unholster. And we will be utilizing this today for training, but as you can see, no magazine, no ammunition in the barrel, okay? And we'll go ahead and lock this up in the locker. And since I am in full uniform today, I do have my 2 extra magazines. So those will be coming out as well and also going into the locker. So now I'm free of any live ammunition on my person or my firearm, and I have 3 SIRT training magazines. As you can see, there is no place for any actual ammunition to go in. These are molded and they're weighted to simulate the weight of an actual full magazine, okay? So showing you all 3 of these, which hopefully will get to the point where my draw is good enough to work mag swaps and some different things like that. So go ahead and go into the other locations.
Each one is going to be a separate distance, and so the idea is holster draw here. However, one can easily step back here and just take a step, and then just use those for now. So it's good to just set up your proxies.
I like it. I like it.
Right, and then you can step one further out. So that the idea is this just keeps you right outside the camera, right up to here. And so for your 3-foot training, and even that, it even is technically a little bit farther, but it'll give you a really good feel.
I like it.
Right? You can use it as an opportunity to tap rack too. That's the other thing that's practice. Mind when they can tap rack roll. Go ahead and get your first trigger press in, because you wouldn't know that because it malfunctioned first.
Run those stairs on this motherfucker.
Make sure you do that. You're gonna practice that. Now, tap back and move. Right? If you're practicing malfunction, you're gonna
So here's what's going on, guys. The holster issue is a serious issue. Okay, so we're finding out that with the light and the angle of the holster, this is obviously creating a problem. But this is a problem that, as long as I'm going to utilize this firearm, utilize this holster, it's something that we're going to have to talk about. So off camera, we just had a really good discussion. Maybe you come over and we kind of go back to what you were saying.
Resurrect it?
Yeah, so
That never works well.
we were talking about the clear issues of trying to reholster this and what are the benefits versus what we're losing with having that much retention. I said that here in Portland, my two biggest perceived threats that I have in terms of my firearm is someone grabbing it at the retail establishment that I work at or while working at the protest. And you were saying, well, one of the easiest things to kind of offset that is...
Yeah, outer garment, something to not only give it the opportunistic, it'll breaks that visual, oh, there's a gun, I'm going to grab that. They wouldn't necessarily know that, right?
Yeah.
Your ability to clear a garment, with training is sub 1.4 seconds. I've been able to shoot distinguished graduate, which allows me to clear a garment, get out 2 rounds in the thoracic cavity in 1.4 seconds from multiple distances.
So Greg brought up a great point that it's a philosophical point, but it's something that I think that you guys should hear, because he says, well, maybe what we're talking about right now is, have we outgrown the tactical security officer or even police officer? Are we at a point in time where maybe we need to rethink that, which I think goes into this whole attitude of rethinking law enforcement. So if you just wanted to kind of explain that.
I mean, I can take either side of the argument, honestly. I'm not biased one way or the other, but you have to realize that what we're doing is the visual aspects of the armed security officer, the police officer, the presentation of the firearm, the vest, all of that stuff is really about control through visualization. I mean, I don't want to say intimidation, but there is a certain amount of that. Let's say that in a very, very light fashion, right? And the question is that I asked is have we outgrown that? Is it time for us to start to consider other tool sets? As much craziness as there is, all of a sudden the visualization that starts to brand you as a bully, for lack of a better phrase, right? Whereas if you come in and you've got a suit coat on, and your vest is beneath your outer shirt, tie on, and all of a sudden your intimidation factors become the psychology of it, the ability to have a rapid response team. Knowing it's visually visible, it is visible to the bad guy that this is a well-organized and orchestrated team. That is, in my mind, is going to have way more, right? And no ability for me to try to, take your weapon.